Hey there, fellow marketers. You hear the bells? That means we're here in Utrecht in the Netherlands. And today we're going to talk about is something about market research. And what we're going to talk about is actually primary data. So for those of you who don't know, there's primary data and secondary data. Secondary data is data and information that people have already collected for you, whereas primary data are things that you collect on your own. So you get to figure out all these things and ask the questions that you want to know. And it's kind of a cool thing. And the thing is, though, I have another video that goes through the benefits and disadvantages of secondary data and how you do that. What we're going to focus on today is that primary data, the research that you do for yourself, the ones that you collect the stuff. You're the one out there doing experiments and seeing what happens when you change prices. You're the one surveying your customers directly, asking what they think. You're the one, going in there and doing focus groups, or maybe you're going and shopping with your clients. All these kind of things. That's primary research, okay? You're doing it on your own. So that means all the questions, all the analysis, everything is tailored for you, which is fantastic. So that means it can give you a lot more insight, because think about it. If I just look online and says, do people like marketing? It says yes. Well, okay, but how much do they like it? Maybe I want to ask my students, what do they like about marketing in my class? I could do that primary research and find these things out. I can talk to them, because when someone says, I love marketing, well, if they see it in person, they say, I love marketing? Yeah, it's a good thing, but they go, yeah, I love marketing. Oh, you can tell there's a difference. That's what primary research does. It helps you figure out those differences. It gives you that extra kind of layer of information. Because the thing is, with secondary research, you never really know what's going to happen. So here in Utrecht, okay, it's right by Amsterdam. And when people think of Amsterdam, they think, oh, there's coffee shops on every street corner. Well, the thing is, coffee shops, they don't really sell coffee. That's actually for drugs and stuff like that. But the thing is once you go to Amsterdam, you realize they're not on every corner. It's actually a city that's not about just partying. It's a city full of culture. The Netherlands is fantastic to go around and visit all these places. But if you just looked in a guidebook, they would tell you about all the party places and stuff like that. And you're like, wait a minute, there's more to it. And me coming here, I can learn that. I can learn more about things and get my own opinions to make my own decisions that work best for me, right? Because there's different things I'm looking out for. And also, I think one of the most important things about doing primary research is the methodology. One of the biggest things that gets me when I see secondary research, or I see polls online, or I see polls in newspapers and stuff like that, is I always ask, what's your methodology? How is it that, 99% of people think one way? I'm like, no matter what it is, there's always going to be people that answer the other way just to answer it. So it doesn't make sense. How did you get that? It's kind of like, how is it that 4 out of 5 dentists prefer Colgate, but 2 out of 3 dentists prefer Aquafresh? The numbers don't add up. What was your methodology? How did you do those things? Well, primary research, that methodology. You can see those errors and figure those things out for yourself. Now, the thing is, though, primary research isn't always fantastic. The big problem with primary research is, one, it's very costly. One, in terms of money, because you got to run all these experiments, you got to do all these kind of things. But also, it's not just money, it's also about time and labor hours. People have to go in there and do those things. And also, figuring out how to ask the right questions. What's too many questions? What are questions we're really going to learn from? Also, how do I analyze the data? The training to know how to use the software and all those things, that's a cost as well. So you got to think about those things, and it makes it tough. That's why a lot of companies just do secondary data research and figure that's okay. But it's important that you do both, because that secondary gives you an idea of what's going on, but primary, it lets you figure out what's really working and what's not working for you and your company. So kind of think about it that way. Anyway, I hope that helps you understand a bit about what primary data is. It's just the things that you collect on your own and you are in control of it. If you want to learn more, check us out on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Professor Wolters. And if you want to find out about Utrecht and other places in the Netherlands, you can also check out our travel channel at youtube.com/Wolters World to have some fun in the Netherlands. Anyway, I wish you all the best, and bye from Utrecht.